This is the boss. Let's see what the boss has in store for us. A fairly well-rounded fight with the ability to inflict fear. Killing his minions will heal the king himself. What? What? Hello and welcome to Vault of the Void. This is a roguelite card game where you craft your deck, swapping in and out cards as you progress, perfecting the ultimate combo. Alright, so this is a game made by a solo developer, and this video is not sponsored or anything like that, but I did receive the game key from the fellow himself. He's actually a did I say that already? He's a solo developer, and I'm just like, wow, this is actually the kind of game that I really like. I haven't played it yet, but I have had a look at the store page. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description. And I really like roguelites in general, and I really like card games. I played Hearthstone when it first came out. I've played Magic the Gathering, the video games at least. I don't have any of the actual real cards or anything, but I used to play the Duels of the Planeswalkers games a huge amount, have hundreds of hours in those. And so this is basically a merging of Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, and a roguelite experience. And I'm really, really excited about this. So here we go. Unfortunately, all of these other difficulties are locked right now. This is basically just a tutorial, so we're just going to go through that real quick. And look at this, look at this. There's 3 classes right now. This is obviously in early access as far as I'm aware. Let me actually just check. Yeah, it is in early access right now. And we get to choose our starting deck. So this is the Hidden. And who else do we have here? The Enlightened and the Daughter of the Void. Ooh, now that is cool. Okay, I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm going to be playing a bleed deck. I personally really like bleed in general. I like being able to apply damage over time effects. So I'm actually kind of happy with this. And this is our starting spell. Target creature suffers 3 bleed. If the target is currently playing an attack, suffers 5 bleed and weak 1 instead. Weak obviously reduces the attack damage of the opponent. And as you can see, it does. It reduces action points or whatever those are. I suppose we'll find out what's going on with that. Anyway, here we go. We got a booster pack. Okay, here's a booster pack to get you started on your journey. Fantastic. And as far as I'm aware, there are no microtransactions or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about there being a whole Hearthstone situation where, you know, the game has been out for years and years, and then all of a sudden you start playing, and then you're like, oh, what do I do here? You know, or where do I go? What do I do? And so on. But this is just a single player experience at the moment, so you really don't even have to worry about, you know, not having the best cards available or anything like that. So anyway, let's yeah, just add all those cards, I guess. I don't really care about what they do at the moment because, well, they might not even affect me right now. Anyway, here we go. Manage your deck. Okay, so let's see. This is your deck. You have the ability to change and edit your deck at any time. As you become more familiar with encounters, adjusting your deck before a fight will become crucial, and the deck must always be 20 cards. Certain cards like potions and afflictions, however, do not count towards your deck limit. And as you progress through the map, you'll earn and buy new cards. These will be added to your backpack. You can add a card to your deck by clicking it. Drag void stones from your collection on the right and drop them on cards in your backpack or in your deck. Ah, there we go. And they can be socketed into cards to give them new powers. Interesting. So I actually already have a purple void stone, and I would like to be able to use that with one of these. Okay, I'd like to use it with this one, but I don't. Can I do that? I can. Do I actually want to though? Wait a minute. I actually need to just make sure that I'm choosing the right. I actually like From Shadow much better because it applies block 8, and I personally like that much more. So I'm actually going to do that. There we go. Nice. That's looking really good. Okay, so we have Parry, which is obviously block, and we have Draw Blood. Oh yeah, I'm liking this a lot. Okay, this is really good. So far, I'm very much appreciating the aesthetic of the game as well. I actually think it's really charming, very colorful, and if the animations are anything to go by, I personally think that it's very smooth and fluid, and I very much appreciate that. Okay, so let's have a look. All right, so we actually get an opportunity to see what kind of reward we are going to get dependent on which way we go. So I'm thinking we're probably going to go this way. Yeah, Scent of Blood is something that I would love to get. This is so incredibly powerful. Just think about this. Gaining 1 energy for each bleeding opponent. That is so good, in my opinion. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so here we go. A well-rounded fight, but you must still be wary of letting them buff their AP too many times. Attack power, I assume that means. So I don't really need to do anything because this is very much the tutorial and we don't really have many options right now. So let's see what we can do. All cards in the game have an energy cost, shown in the top left. You'll start each fight with 3 energy and gain 2 every turn. The color of the circle will denote what type of card it is. Aha, okay, so that's actually really interesting because usually in these kinds of games, what's going to happen is you're going to gain full energy or full mana or full whatever it is every single turn. And then you basically try to spend it every single turn and that's it. Try to spend it in the most efficient way possible. However, in this, you can actually pool your energy slightly. And if you want to, you don't have to play anything at all. And then the next turn, you can just go absolutely crazy. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So I'm going to eliminate the Void Enchantress as fast as possible because she has a protection ability, which, what does that do? Yes, exactly. It will give them a fortitude buff, which will then give them much more resilience. I'd like to eliminate this guy because he actually has Frenzy, or shall we say, he could get Frenzy at some point. Anyway, let's just do this. There we go. All right. The combat centers around the purge mechanic. Choosing which cards to play and which to purge for energy is key and keeps combat moving quickly. Let's purge a card now. Okay, so mouse over a card and hold down the right mouse button to purge a card from your hand, sending it to your discard pile and granting you 1 energy. Okay, let's do that one. There we go. So we gained 1 energy. So now what I can do is I'm going to do this. Going to attack her once again. To stop enemies reinforcing, you must fill the battle progress orb. Each enemy will add a different amount to the orb, and filling the orb to 100% will stop creatures reinforcing. See, now this is exactly the reason why I really loved the look of this game. It just has that really interactive, dynamic kind of feel to it. And this is a solo developer. We got to remember that. Game development is actually really, in my opinion at least, a lot of work, very difficult, and to see something like this that is in early access, it really needs more recognition. And if I can do a little bit to show this to you and maybe you want to get it, then there you go, you know, then I've done a little bit to help out a small developer. Anyway, so let's have a look. The rightmost orb on your threat stack, which is what? This? The top here? This? I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. So I suppose we'll find out relatively soon. Alright, so I'm going to just attack this guy, and then we're just going to parry. And we're going to gain block 5. We're not going to take too much damage, because these only inflict 2. So we are perfectly fine. I can actually get a combat log. Oh, look at that. That's... Oh, this guy. This guy has thought of everything. Literally. Combat log. That's basically the best thing that you can add into these kinds of games as well, because then you know exactly what has happened beforehand and you know what kind of things have occurred, because no doubt the enemies are going to start having these really, really complex abilities, and you're also going to have similar things happen to you as well. Bear in mind, this is, again, just the tutorial, the introduction, so everything's going to be relatively streamlined and simple. Anyway, also your energy will carry across turns. Exactly. It can often be a good idea to purge cards in your hand to set up a nice energy pool for the next turn. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. And it's now the time for the enemies to attack. Okay, so yeah, we already know about that whole thing. We know that they're going to attack for 2 damage, which is perfectly fine because we have block. And we are not going to take any damage as a result of it. When enemies deal damage, it's applied to your threat stack, shown below. The large red or white number, which is this, 4. This is when you play block cards to reduce your current threat. Block is played reactively after an enemy has attacked. Oh, I see. Oh, now that's a really cool slant on things, actually, because usually block is going to have to be used before the attack happens, but now it's different because obviously the developer is giving you a massive amount of HP to work with and giving you the opportunity to react to it if you want to. I think that's very clever. Okay, any leftover threat when you end your turn will be removed from your HP. Okay, really, really useful. Okay, so that is super nice, actually. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's see what I can do here. So I am going to do this, going to kill that guy, and we're going to probably purge. I'm thinking we'll purge this one, and I'm thinking we're probably going to do a parry to remove all the threat from there. And then we're going to do a bleed on that guy because he's going to die in 2 turns, whether I do anything to him or not, which is great. And they're both going to attack for 2 damage, so we're perfectly fine. I can actually see myself playing a huge amount of this. And I'm going to say it right now. If you want to see more of this, then by all means let me know down in the comments because I would be very happy to play more. This is one of those enjoyable games that I just keep coming back to. Like a lot of roguelite experiences. Yeah, that's a funny thing. Some of the most popular ones I don't really get on with that well, and it makes me kind of sad when games like this are not the most well known because they are so incredibly polished. Okay, well, let's have a look here. Ah, very nice. Okay, so we have a spell right here, so let's have a look. Suffers 3 bleed if the target is currently planning an attack action. Suffers 5 bleed and weak instead. Okay, so let's actually... Can I cast that on this guy? Yes, I can. There we go. Okay, so let's use parry, because obviously I want to remove my threat. We can, of course, deal 5 damage and do something to this guy now. And then we can just purge a whole bunch of cards. Can I not purge any more cards here? Did I need energy to be able to purge? Maybe that is indeed the case. Okay, there's 2, there's 1, so we've got 3 damage, and there's the bleeds going off as well. And I love the reactive nature of the whole block mechanic. I really do. I think that's super enjoyable. And there you go. That was easy enough, right? Yep, that was very, very nice. Super, super simple. And now we get Scent of Blood, which in my opinion is amazing because gaining 1 energy for each bleeding enemy, can you imagine how effective that could be? If you have 3 enemies bleeding, you gain 3 energy for a cost of 1, so technically you gain 2 energy from that, and then you can continue to use abilities. Okay, when faced with a choice of tiles to move to, the tiles you don't take will be destroyed. The only exception to this is when doing so would leave you without an exit. The movement will become second nature pretty quickly, and learning to eke out every bit of value from a map can give your run a solid boost. So there's a little bit of tactics and a little bit of strategy involved as well. Anyway, we're going to go into the deck manager right here, because what I would like to do is I'm going to remove For the Throat. Actually, you know what? I want For the Throat. So we're going to remove 1, Draw Blood, and I'm going to add Scent of Blood. And do I actually have that other card in here? Yeah, I do. There it is. Gain Overcharge. What is Overcharge? What is that? Can I actually have no idea what Overcharge is. I suppose we'll find it out when we actually go into the fight. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so now we are here. So let's have a look. Okay, I can basically only go this way. So let's just choose that. We've got 2 enemies. Nothing really to worry about. Ah, here we go. Fight tips. An aggressive fight with creatures that can both stack poison and increase their own frenzy. It can get tough to withstand their attacks for long. Right, so we're gonna have to kill them really, really quickly by the looks of things. Alright. Once an enemy attacks and inflicts damage to your threat stack, it's there to stay. Even if you defeat the creature, you'll still have to deal with the threat. Combat is a fast-paced, swirling mess. If a creature attacks, you have to block. The only exception to that is if you manage to kill all creatures and clear the room, ending the fight, representing your ability to escape from danger in the nick of time. It's quite common to get a final kill on the last creature, dodging a good chunk of damage as you do. Alright. Okay, I am excited about this. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm gonna purge this, and then we're just going to attack. I'm thinking I'm actually wondering about this. Should I just eliminate? Yeah, I'm just going to eliminate that and just going to attack this as well. And there we go. Okay, so let's see what happens because I've still got 2 energy remaining. This guy's going to increase his frenzy and he's probably going to stun us as... Yeah, there we go. There's the frenzy. And that other guy has obviously already been eliminated, which I suppose is pretty good. Now we have For the Throat, which is actually fantastic. Okay, so let's do For the Throat multiple times. Let's draw blood on that thing as well. Let's just eliminate one little bit of damage right there. And then I think we're pretty good. Even if I take a little bit of damage here and there, it's not really going to do that much. This guy, on the other hand, is doing massive damage, as you can quite clearly tell. He just did so much damage right there. Okay, so what we can do is now we can use From Shadow, which is absolutely fantastic. This is exactly the reason why I wanted to get this powered up in some way. So we are just going to apply bleed to this guy, I guess, or this one. It doesn't really matter either way, but we are going to completely remove all the damage that we were going to take as a result of that too. And we're just going to kill that one off. And I think I can basically... I'm just going to purge. Just going to purge a whole bunch so we can gain even more energy. There we go. This guy's going to die. There we go. He's dead. And now we're just taking 1 damage. And there you go. Perfect victory. Look at that. We took no damage whatsoever. And I gained 1 upgrade point. What does that mean? That means I can maybe upgrade my cards a little bit. And now we are gaining First Blood as well. If target is below 10 bleed, deal 7 damage and apply bleed 3. This is exactly the reason why I wanted to take the bleed deck. I think bleed decks and damage over time is super fun to play with. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, so we have 1 upgrade point, and now we can choose what to upgrade. As you can see right here, it then applies some kind of insane benefit. I mean, literally, if I literally take From Shadow and upgrade it even further, just imagine how crazy that's going to be. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do For the Throat, because applying 7 bleed is amazing. It really is. Okay, you could change the color of a hex to help with planning your path. Oh, what? This guy. Wow. Wow, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say to that. Okay, so treasure. This is amazing as well. Okay, so what we could do is we could go this way. What is this? A twisted shrine devoted to the worship of some being you'd rather not know about. A choice to heal, cleanse your deck of void cards, or to gain some extra essence and souls. So we could technically do that if we wanted to. Or we could go over there. That's essence. Don't really care about that too much. I mean, I think we could go for that card reward. What does Clot do? Reduces target's bleed by X. Apply week 1. Not a big fan of that, actually, so I'm going to go this way instead. Let's go and kill that elite mob, and then we'll go for the Guardian. I mean, technically, I could go through all of these, getting a bunch of cards and stuff, but I kind of want to see the boss, to be honest. I kind of want to see the boss. So let's see if we can go this way. All right. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Okay, so this guy's obviously going to gain a huge amount of frenzy and so on and so forth. Oh yeah, look at that. We got the upgrade for this as well, which is crazy good. Okay, so let's just use this, use this, and then let's just purge that. I don't really want to purge the shadow card. This guy's going to die from bleed, by the way. As you can see, he literally just died instantly. And now we're just going to kill this guy off, like so. And that's the end. I mean, look at that. And we actually gain an essence bonus from it being a perfect fight as well. So there you go. That was super fast, really, really quick. And what we're going to do is I'm going to upgrade For the Throat once again. So we now have the ability, if I get both cards in my hand at the very start, to apply 14 bleed, which is just so powerful. Really, really is. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, we can choose a card. Let's have a look here. Okay, I'm going to choose First Blood. That seems like a really good idea. let's actually go, and I'm going to... Oh, I actually have one more upgrade. Oh, wow. Okay, did not realize that. Okay, so let's... Oh, wow, that actually adds block 6 to this. Yeah, that's pretty insane, so let's just do that. Okay, let's go back into our deck manager real quick, because what I want to do is I actually want to remove 1 parry and 1 draw blood. We actually have one of these as well. What is this? Oh, okay. It actually shows us what overcharge does if we take a look at the actual stones themselves. So while you have overcharge, you gain 1 extra energy each turn. Max energy is increased by 1 per stack. Oh no, that's actually amazing. Okay, that is really, really good. So I'm happy I spent that already. Okay, so what we're gonna do, add a volatile copy of this card to your hand. This card's Void Stone only triggers once per turn. Destroyed when played, discarded. Okay, we'll play that on the Scent of Blood card then. There we go. And we're going to put that into our deck right there. Okay, so let's have a look. Is there anything else that I actually want to take? What does Sift do? Discard a card from your hand. No, I don't really care about that too much. But we're going to be putting First Blood in there twice. And then we're pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now I can go this way. Okay, so what's this? I don't need any HP. I have no affliction cards or anything like that. Let's pray for greed then, I guess. Did I gain something from that? I guess I did. Okay, well that's pretty good then. So let's move this way. Okay. Oh, now that's a pretty strong guy. That is a pretty strong guy right there. Okay, let's have a look and see whether we can defeat it. It has 90 HP. Oh, okay. Hello. It has 90 HP. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so we're just going to purge these 2 cards because it basically makes no difference whatsoever if I have that or not. Can I use this? I can. It is planning on attacking. Let's use it. There we go. Try to reduce the damage it does, at least a little bit. There we go. 6 damage now instead. And this is the reason why I love damage over time, because bleed is going to continue eating away at this thing like no one's business, and I'm very, very happy about that. Okay, if target bleed is under this, yep, that's exactly what we want. Let's do that. 3 bleed. Let's do more of this. Let's we're going to have to use one of these and then purge this and then use this. There we go. And now we're going to take 1 damage. Unfortunately, couldn't do a perfect round on this one because it is a much, much more difficult enemy, but bear in mind, I actually probably would have been able to do this a lot faster if I had For the Throat from the beginning, but obviously that is the luck of the draw. Oh yeah, that is the luck of the draw. Let's do that. First Blood is perfectly fine, and let's do a purge here and then do this, because that's going to completely nullify all of that. And I'm pretty sure that is it. Daze card? Dazes are added to the top of your deck. Oh, yeah, when sent... Yeah, okay. Can't purge it. Okay, so let's just play it. Can I not play it? Okay. Automatically discarded at the end of enemy turn. Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. I don't really care about that then, because we're just going to eliminate this guy now. And that's it. There you go. So, not a perfect kill, but decent. Decent. Okay, so here's the thing. Now we're going to have a... this is an elite. This is going to be interesting. A skeletal mage and has frenzy ×4. Anytime you lose health, this creature will increase its frenzy, can remove debuffs, but won't attack while doing so. Interesting. Alright, let's do it. 3 discarded items lay before you. If you start your turn with 3 energy or less, add a volatile quick step to your hand. And what does that do? What is a volatile quick step? Or sidestep, even? Ah, there it is. Block 6, equal to twice your energy. That could be very useful. Okay, I don't have the heavy thing at all. I have no cards with the heavy attribute. And what's this one? The second card you purge each turn causes all debuffs suffered to be reduced by 1. Okay, we're going to go for Boots of Swiftness because I'm more than likely going to never really have enough energy. So we're just going to do something like that. Okay, so right now, I can't purge that because it's a volatile card. Okay, so let's take a look. We are going to do For the Throat, obviously. For the Throat is basically the best thing ever. I like it a lot. We're going to be doing this. Okay, so discard pile. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I could technically purge this, but I don't really want to, so we're just going to do this. It's often better to purge most of your hand. I'm not sure about that actually, but okay, thanks for the tip. Maybe, I really wanted to keep it for this reason, because we're taking a lot of damage right now. Hopefully I'll gain a bunch of block and so on. Not really. Not really gaining what I wanted right there, but that's okay. Let's just remove as much damage as I can. Do some damage here. Purge this. Okay, we're taking 7 HP, which is really not that big a deal. We're taking a little bit of extra damage there as well, but just look at how much damage our bleed is doing right now. It's crazy. Okay, so now, now cards, thanks to this, are costing much, much more. So that is somewhat problematic. Okay, we're going to have to purge a bunch here. There we go. Let's purge this one as well. So we have taken no damage now. Wow. Okay. Ooh, we've taken no damage now, he says, as he takes 15 damage. Okay, that's kind of insane. Anyway, this is going to be pretty easy for us to deal with. So we just have to do this. And then we gain another one of these. So we can do that again, and then we can do this, and then we've completely nullified all the damage that was dealt to us, and then we can just add 3 bleed, add an additional bleed with a little bit of extra stuff, and then add our special ability, and he's dead. Because he's going to take 28 damage after his turn. And that's it. There you go. That was actually, in my opinion, pretty well done. I might have been able to play it a little bit better, but, you know, it's a victory, so I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, here we go. This is the boss. Let's see what the boss has in store for us. A fairly well-rounded fight with the ability to inflict fear. Killing his minions will heal the king himself. What? What? Okay, this might be problematic. Let's see how we do. Fights against guardians are a little different. Often the guardian will have minions alongside them. If you manage to kill the guardians, the guardians, shall we say, their minions will automatically be destroyed and you will win the fight. Okay, so we just basically have to leave the minions alone. That's it. Yeah, as you can see, when this enemy is destroyed, it will heal the Skeleton King for 4 HP. I'm not entirely sure if that's a good strategy for me to do here. For me to leave them alive. Wow. Okay, yeah, this might be problematic. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Okay, I can't purge this. This is basically useless for me right now, so I'm just going to purge it. Okay, so let's just use bleeds as much as I possibly can on this guy. And there you go. Then we'll see what happens. I'm going to be attacked for 6 damage, I think. Yeah, we're getting fear as well, so obviously that's a bit of a problem. Okay, so Scent of Blood is obviously fantastic. I would love to be able to use that. And we need to discard 1 card. Let's discard that one. We're taking a lot of damage here, but that is not that big a deal. If I actually do this, and then I use Scent of Blood, then I'm going to gain another one of those, and then I can use it again. So we're going to gain another block, and we're going to gain more energy. It doesn't really matter about the block so much. But we're going to be purging those, and now we're taking 0 damage once again. Because anytime we can use Scent of Blood and have multiple bleeds on multiple enemies, then it's going to give us more energy, which is exactly what we want. So generally that's what I'm trying to do here. This guy is going to attack in just a second, so we're actually going to be using this so that he becomes weaker. And then we're basically just going to attack. Yeah, oh, I should have... Oh, yeah, I probably should have used both of those. I should have used both of those blocks. My bad. My bad. Oh, well. Never mind. Now, these guys are gaining frenzy, so they're going to attack twice every single turn now. I'm kind of a bit... I'm not sure. Did I play this right? Because now they're going to deal 6 damage. This guy's also enraging right now, so he's going to increase his attack power. But I think we should be okay. Let's gain overcharge. Go for the throat. Let's purge these. Go for more bleed. There we go. I think we should be fine. I mean, personally, I don't really mind taking a little bit of damage here and there, but no doubt we are going to be seeing the next level, potentially, if I can actually survive this. So let's just use this, and this guy's actually dead. So I don't even need to do anything, to be honest. So I don't really know what to do. I guess I could just bleed those guys, just in case I get sent for blood, just in case he heals himself for like 10 million damage or something. But I don't think he will. And there you go. And we're actually full HP. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that was it. That was actually fantastic. That was the end of the introduction level, which is, in my opinion, an extremely well-polished tutorial and pretty much, taught me everything that I needed to know about the game. Well done on making it this far. Introduction mode was set up for new players to learn the game mechanics. Yeah, it did. It certainly did. You've reached the end of the line on this difficulty. Now that you've experienced the game, you can jump into normal mode or harder for the full game experience. And there you go. Now we're back on the main menu. So we can basically make... Look at this. Impossible Plus. Wow. With the ability to add various modifiers to your run based on your instability. Wow. Defeating the Void will increase your maximum instability. Higher enemy attack power, frenzy, and passive values. Enemy HP scaling increased. Voidstone bars requirements ramp up faster. The prices in some shops are increased. Okay, yeah, some pretty crazy stuff right there. And this is the basic normal difficulty, and you can see here that these classes are unlocked. The Guardian of the first floor with the previous class to unlock these. So in my opinion, these are going to be super fun, because they all have different unique stats. For example, this guy has Zen. So you have Zen effects, and if you're in Zen state, entered by playing 3 cards of the same type in a row, then it will also slow the opponent, which reduces frenzy by 1 per stack. So this is a really good character, or really good deck. Character? Deck? Yeah, well, character, because he has Zen things all over the place. But this is a really good character for higher difficulties, in my opinion, because he can reduce the amount of frenzy that a particular class is going to have. And what is she all about? Well, I have no idea. Corruption, what is this? I don't know what corruption does. Built up during battle. I don't know what corruption does, actually. Block equal to your corruption. Oh, okay. So basically corruption is just like another resource or something like that. And I can assume that the more corruption you have, the more damage you're able to deal or something along those lines. So that's actually kind of amazing too. But there's so many different effects here that it's just insane. It is really cool. But I really had a lot of fun playing with the bleed deck of the hidden guy, and that's the first class. Usually I'm not a big fan of the first class in these kinds of games, but this first class guy, yeah, I like it. Anyway, if you'd like to see more from Vault of the Void, I would be more than happy to oblige. But if you would like to play it yourself, then obviously there's a link in the description, and again, it's made by a solo developer. I can't even believe it, to be honest. Well done. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.